Welcome to the Indigo League, where trainers grow and bond with their Pokemon to become the very best and prove themselves unbeatable.
We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fall, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable. I did not have much more prepared for that because I'm not gonna lie, I got thrown off by my jacket slowly falling off the back of the chair.
We love a bit of drama with our fashion.
It was so dramatic. Anyway, you are joining us for the last top 16 battle of our 3-player characters within the Seafoam City Double Battles Tournament. Unfortunately, at this point in time, in each of their respective top 16 battles, Coryne Willows and Seth Wake both unfortunately did lose their battles and are both now no longer considered unbeatable, as they have now both been.
The fuck
I'm a fan's unbeatable champion.
Yeah.
I've never lost.
But Gavin is now coming in for his final battle, and because we have quite a bit of stuff to get to today, we're just going to jump right into it. Gavin, you are walking out the tunnel. You have both of your Pokemon that you're planning on using for this battle prepared and ready to go. As you start to walk out, you see your opponent, Cara Wright, this sort of character with like, it's like a tall and strong, almost like mechanic woman. You see like umbral purple hair and like bright green eyes and wearing like cargo and techwear clothing and like a big set of boots. You see Cara Wright, your opponent, out of her side of the tunnel. As she walks up, you can see that in each of her hands, she has a Pokeball ready to go. She sort of gives you like a determined nod as you are headed up to the front of the tournament.
Yeah, so this is my second battle of the day, so I'm trying to I'm not going with that, the stoic demeanor. I'm getting the energy up from my last battle. I went and rallied my Pokemon at the Pokemon Center, and I'm coming in at a light jog, and I'm probably playing out for the crowd a little bit.
Keeping it loose.
Keeping it loose, hell yeah. As you go up, you can see that you are the third to last battle of the day. You can see the referee starting to hit the energy levels of just like, ooh.
They always make reliable calls when they're like that.
Yeah. As you get up, Cara also gets up, kind of gives you like a kind wave, and then both of you look to the referee, and I believe the referee is going to make a call, and is going to give the normal spiel, and then go, all right, trainers, are you both ready to begin?
I give Cara a salute.
Okay, she gives you a kind nod. 3, 2, 1, begin! And at that moment, you are both going to toss out your Pokemon. Can you clarify for me, because I realized I forgot to ask, what Pokemon are you using for this battle?
I'm using Ava, of course, and
Okay.
Bugle. Bugle. I don't have a kazoo anymore.
Wait. Bugle getting the first battle since what, Cinnabar? That's the last time you used Bugle?
Not only have I not used Bugle since Cinnabar, I've been training Bugle in private. This is one Pokemon that no one on this island should know I have.
No one knows you have the tiny little water type horsey. That's adorable. Yeah, you release Bugle and Ava, and both of them like immediately out of their Pokeballs. Is there anything special about like the way that they enter the field?
I think that Bugle pops out first, and then just the as Staraptor, as Ava comes out with spread eagle wings, the light of the sun glowing behind them.
So fucking
good.
cool.
And with that, you see Cara kind of releases both of her Pokemon, goes, come on guys, and tosses both of her Pokeballs out. And at this point you see the first one to hit the ground is a heavy weight of a boom hitting the ground, and you would normally think this would be a very large Pokemon. It is a decent size, but it is mostly the weight, as there is this pink and red spherical Pokemon with what looks like small artillery cannons coming out of the center line of it as a Forretress lands on the field.
Cool.
And then next to it, sort of like a much lighter impact, is this red, like octopus looking Pokemon with a similar to Bugle's sort of horn, a large red snout as Octillery hits the battlefield. I would like to shout out our patron IVC, one of our contest winners who did design the idea for this team. But yeah, so both Octillery and Fortress land. Ava comes out with the light of the sun. Everything goes, and we're gonna roll speed dice.
But Ivy, if I lose this, I'm never gonna forgive you. I want to let you know that.
Wow.
Way to threaten our fucking patron.
No doubt.
But if he does lose it, you get to hold that over him in every
That's
single
true.
Q&A. We'll
Very
open every Q&A from that point forward with, Burrty, you remember losing that battle?
Yeah, Burrty, you remember fucking this up? You remember
Guys,
this
we have
up?
a Patreon. Go ahead and get over to our Patreon. And you too can make a character that would beat us at some point in the story.
I love it when Matt plugs the Patreon. It makes me so happy. I don't even know why I'm asking for you to roll. Both of your Pokemon are gonna roll so far above both of these Pokemon. I'll put it this way. They both have D4s and neither one of them exploded.
Okay, so Ava got a 25.
Yep, okay.
Jesus.
I
Jesus.
crit on the D20 for Bugle,
Okay, go again.
which means that's
Supersonic speed.
20 plus 13 is 33, plus 5 is 38, plus 3 is 41 for Bugle speed.
I need a patron. I need a patron or a community member or somebody to go through all the episodes because I know you crazy people rewatch these. I need you to find whatever the highest number we've rolled on screen is thus far. I need you to start to rank them.
I think that's
That
the
might
highest
be
I've
it.
done on
I
a
think
speed
Coryne
die.
had the highest strength check at one point.
I feel like
in the
we've rolled
World
over
War.
40
That was,
before though.
40.
and
I
don't
think we
remember
got over
what-
40
Yeah,
but for saving Corinne's life.
yeah, I think that might be it.
Crazy.
But I need to know that. Also,
But that might be the highest I've rolled, like,
I don't
picking
need
a
to toot my
battle.
own horn, but boom, boom.
Yeah, I'll say so.
coming in at a tied and respectable, what is that? That is a tied and respectable 8 for both of these.
The disrespect. That is not.
Uh,
That's not comparable.
They tied because they're holding hands because they're friends.
Because they're friends. In the
And they'll
previous
win
fight
with the
that
power
you
of
were
friendship.
able to manage to observe, Cara used this sort of like offensive defensive sort of strategy where Octillery would sort of hide behind Fortress and use their sort of sniping capabilities versus the defensive capabilities of Fortress. And you can see maybe they might be poised to do something similar in this fight, but maybe not. Who knows? However, first up will of course be Bugle with a frickin' 41.
So, Bugle is going to kick off with... Are they around about a similar position?
Yeah. I mean, they're not like... Yeah, they are similar positions. They're not like lined up right now for you. They're side by side.
So this move has a range of 10 squares, which should reach them, right?
Oh, 10 squares is... Yeah, 10 squares is 50 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bugle is going to inhale, and their body's just going to swell up like a big balloon. And then
Okay.
as like all the air and dust in the arena just swirls into their mouth, and then goes in a huge tornado that comes out of the end of Bugle's face.
What the
as
fuck
they
are
do
you using?
Twister.
Oh, Twister. Okay. Okay. I was so confused. I'm like, what are you using that
There's
has
a
a
hyper
range
beam,
of...
Aaron. Turn on
10.
hyper beam. You didn't know that?
I don't know. I have a move with a range of 10 on 2 of these Pokemon.
The user picks a point within range and creates a vicious twister that fills a 5-foot square diameter cylinder. Each creature within the twister may be hit by this move, and each creature hit may flinch. So we have to roll to hit,
Okay.
and then I have to roll
Okay,
to
yeah.
flinch.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your attacking roll, and I'll roll our defensive rolls, which are significantly better than our speed rolls.
It's a special
No,
move.
Booey just bites. Kind of
yeah.
keeps it in.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see
roll
here.
my get shit on roll.
Get shit on. Get shit in your
That's a 10 on the hit.
Danny, are you here? That's a 10? Okay,
Yeah.
let's see here. 13 and 12.
It misses both, okay.
It misses both of them. Okay. So at this point, there's like, as the like air comes through, and you see this like huge wind pickup. It is that moment where it is not like a failure of a use of a move. It is just that these Pokemon are so goddamn heavy, both of them. Especially once Octillery's like tentacles start to like wrap around the guns on Fortress. It just is too much to start getting them in that twister. However, you also get to immediately follow that up with Ava's attack.
And Ava is going to ride that wind that's coming out of Bugle's face, and is just going to rocket towards Fortress and wing attack them, just slam them in the side.
That's fucking cool.
All right, that's fucking sick. Let's do this. I believe you have a D20 attack, right? Or no?
Yes.
What do you have? Okay. I
Oh,
also have a
their
D20, so
attacks
let's
both
go.
get lowered by Intimidate.
Oh, because of Intimidate? Okay, that's good to know, actually. I haven't had to use it yet, but that is good to know. That's
Okay.
D6.
That is a saucy 20 to hit.
Let's see here. That is going to just beat me at, and with Fortress, that's going to be a 17. It's going to just miss me. Or just like beat out my roll. You are going to hit me. That's what the words are meant to come out of my mouth.
Terrific. So with
Yep,
wing
there we
attack,
go.
that is 2 wounds plus stab plus sharp beak. That's 4 minor wounds.
You're correct. Okay, so that's gonna be 4 rounds. Jesus. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got the sounds. You're good. Just
Oh,
move.
Jet.
Don't worry.
A literal
Please stop
F22.
spiking the
Oh, okay, let's see here. Okay, that's gonna hit Fortress. Anything else on your turn?
I guess Ava's just gonna fly up with their remaining movement and just circle overhead like
Okay,
a
so
bird
it's
of prey.
30 forward, so however much is up. How much
10.
is up? 10?
Or if
Okay,
I'm
so
not,
that's
I'm not
gonna be
really
2
trying
squares?
to. Yeah, I'm not trying to stay out of range. I'm just trying to like be intimidating.
Okay. Well, you're actually going to probably get another set of attacks after this because this is going to be a setup round for both of Cara's Pokemon. You see at this point, Octillery sort of like releases off of Fortress, and that strategy you saw before starts to like shift, and she goes, actually, after our last fight, we figured maybe we need to go a little bit more offensive in this fight. And you see at this point, Fortress's like guns all begin to twist and turn and point towards the front, as Fortress is going to use Power Trick to swap their attack and defense dice. So the attack is now a d20. You lower the attack before it changed at the beginning of battle.
Which means
so that's good to
its
know.
defense should be
Defense
lowered.
is dog shit now, but that is going to be Fortress's turn as it uses Power Trick. And then at this point, you see that Octillery sort of like sticks like itself on the ends of each of its tentacles, almost using them like tripods. And you see its eyes narrow as it's going to use focus energy, and it's going to also set itself up for its next turn. To clarify, as you look at Octillery, you see that there is like almost like a Matt, what's the name of the like power readers from DBZ, the like one lens things that the Saiyans
Oh,
use?
like a scouter?
Yeah, like whatever, like one of those. It's
What does
almost
the
like one of
scout say
those
about its
over
power level?
over Octillery's eye, as it's using a scope lens. So after focus energy, it only needs to roll 4 over your defensive die to crit.
Ugh. Jesus.
That
Okay.
is horrifying.
But
Okay.
as we get to the end of round, you are also going to see that Fortress, there's some sort of like goop that is being consumed at the moment, as its item, Leftovers, is going to restore it by a wound at the end of the round. We now go into the crowd's turn. Crowd, what are you guys doing?
I think Bugle has all the friendship any Pokemon could ever get in this world, so I'm not worried about that.
Bugle has 9, Ava has 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So much friendship.
I feel as though a lookout would be good, if just to help extend the amount that you need to try and crit from what you just said.
Can I make can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Am I allowed?
It's hard to hear you from the crowd, but yeah.
Yeah.
If we can do a get 'em, I can maybe try and take Octillery out on this round. Because its defense is shit now.
Let me turn to the
Fortress
person
is
in
the one with shit defenses now,
crowd.
not Octillery.
That's what. Sorry, I meant Fortress.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to try and take because that's who I've already wounded.
What you thinking, Coryne?
I mean, I'm down for a get 'em.
Wait.
I'm down for a get 'em.
Let's do a get 'em.
Yeah, we'll do a double get 'em on who? Ava?
Bugle, right?
Ava.
Or Ava, I guess. Yeah.
Ava. Okay.
Ava
Here,
always. Ava
real
always.
quick, let's roll charm checks real quick to see where the what's it called? Where the crowd is leaning. And you do get to use your battle
Notoriety.
whatever
I
it's
roll-
called.
I roll
Notoriety. That's the thing. Battle
roll
notoriety
charm?
on this roll. Yeah, roll charm.
Do we know where the other trainer's from? Are they local?
They
Are
are local
they-
to Kanto. I don't recall whether or not they are local to. I don't believe they're local to Seafoam. I believe they travel to Seafoam. If I remember correctly.
That would be a 12.
12? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and beat you out. I am currently winning the charm roll. So, with that, the crowd is not on anyone's side, but they are leaning Cara at the current moment now that she's given that impressive display
He's done nothing.
of. I don't know, man. Saying that you're going to be offensive is pretty spooky. Anyway, as
I
you
don't
get
need to
do
say
double.
it. I have Ava.
I didn't need to
As
say
you
it. I am
guys-
offensive.
You guys said double get him on Bugle, you said?
Ava.
Ava.
On
Ava.
yeah.
On Ava,
You are
okay.
offensive. Hey, speaking to your offensiveness, you did get canceled on.
That's true. That's true. You did get canceled on the internet. That did happen. So as we get into the top of the next round, you can say a priority move if you want, but I don't know why you would. It's your turn.
So I didn't get cancelled. I got doxxed. Well, not doxxed. I got what's the word?
No,
I
you
got
did
like
the doxing.
I got mass
Yeah, you
reported.
did doxing.
I got
Yeah,
mass
there you go.
reported.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So Bugle is going to drop a smoke screen on their own position.
So now I have a disadvantage. I believe it's called heavy obscurement. Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop a smoke screen. That's gonna last 3 turns.
3 turns. Okay, keeping a track on that.
And then Ava is gonna come in back on Fortress with that wing attack.
Okay, go for it. Let me roll the defense die, which is significantly
Big
worse
money,
now.
no whammies. That's 28.
Okay, that's gonna crit. Go for it.
Yes!
Go for it. That's gonna crit.
Okay, so with wing attack, that is 4 minor wounds plus a major wound. So they
Okay.
should be burning friendship.
Let's see here. Yes, that sounds right. Let's see. You said 4 plus what?
4 minor and 1 major. So that's gonna be 2
4
majors
minor,
and a
1
minor.
major. So that's gonna be 2 majors and a minor. And what type of move was this?
A flying type physical move.
Okay. Yep. Okay. They're gonna have to start burning stuff then. Okay. Yep. That's fine. Life is fine. Life is okay.
As Ava
All right.
brings their wing down like a goddamn nutcracker.
Sound effect.
I'm leaving that one.
Just put a
blank.
nutcracker sound in.
Literally, just put a walnut crack sound in there.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, 100%. That's gonna be Bugle and Ava's turn. Now it's Fortress's turn. As Fortress gets hit for this, what's Ava's speed currently?
D10.
D10. Okay, this
40
is
feet.
about to hurt. This is about to hurt you.
do you
At
mean?
this moment,
Why?
you can see that Fortress begins to start to spin and rotate, and there's almost sort of this like phantasmal like silver shimmer that almost like just seems like slip off in places as this gyro ball begins to this steel type move begins to take part and fires up towards Ava. Go ahead and roll defensive die for Ava. I'm rolling a d20.
A 12.
12. Okay. So I did not crit, but I did. I rolled a 21. I just barely did not crit.
Oh my gosh.
However, Gyro Ball is a special move. It's not a special like category move, but it is a special
me.
in God's eyes move that deals more damage based off of the speed difference between the 2 Pokemon being used. Specifically, if the user is slower. I have a stage 1 speed, meaning a D4. Ava has a 6, 8, 10 stage 4 speed. So it's going to deal 3 wounds because it's yours minus mine. It's going to deal 3, plus it's a steel type, so it's stabbed, so that's 4. I don't believe you're weak to steel type, it's just normal
Nope.
damage. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take 4 wounds off of Gyro Ball.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You're not taking 4. I apologize. This move deals a number of wounds equal to twice the difference in the size of the target's speed die size minus the user's speed die size. So that's actually going to be 7 wounds on Ava, not 4. I apologize.
Good God.
Yeah. Gyro Ball is also a 1 of 1 move. It's got 1 PP on it.
That's a
It's a
Jesus! Oh my god! That is so scary. Twice?
Can I want you to know that's
Kenna,
getting clipped to the internet? I'm not cutting it. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. You're keeping it in. Editor,
I don't
if you
think
cut it,
for-
you're fired.
I don't think I'm protecting my friend. I don't think I can let that exist on the internet.
Okay, let's see here.
You're welcome, Kenna. You are welcome.
But with that, it's gonna be Fortress's turn. And now we're gonna move on.
Hold on. I think we need to take
No,
those.
we're not resetting it. We're
You're gonna have to
leaving it in.
bleep it out. That's the
Yeah.
only way it's gonna work.
Just bleep out what she said, and that'll be way funnier. As we move on to Octillery's turn. Okay, Octillery is going to start to move away. I believe you hit Bugle with a smoke screen, which sucks because it means I can't take both of them out at once. But I think I'm about to take Ava out. Yeah, I can't hit Bugle right now.
Yep.
I mean, heavy obscurement's -3. What do I think I can? No, because I need that
Heavy
for the crit
obscurement's
ratio.
-5, isn't it?
Heavy obscurement's -3. It's the
full
full obscurement that's 5, which is like
I
if
forget
it's
our
behind.
verbiage.
Yeah, we got light, heavy, and full obscurement. That's a quick reminder text for anybody who's doing these. Okay. With that, then, I have to make a decision here. I think Octillery, is it better to just take Ava out, or is it better to try and take out Bugle? I think Ava's the way to go. She's fucking spooky. She's already almost taken out one of the Pokemon. Okay. So Octillery is going to
attack
turn.
still got lowered, right?
Yeah, Octillery's attack still got lowered.
That's maybe a special attack, isn't it?
It is a special attack. As you turn, you remember there is an ability that you want to train Bugle to have, but Bugle does not have yet. However, this Octillery does in fact have Sniper.
Shit.
Which means that
I
if
didn't
I
win a
manage
competition,
to
get to do whatever I want with my Pokemon.
if I manage to hit, this is going to deal 5 if it crits, instead of 3 if it crits. So that's just crit damage. That's not even taking into account the normal Hydro Pump damage. So let's roll your special defense versus my special attack. What did you roll?
14.
14. I rolled a 12. It misses.
Let's go.
Good for you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
little D6
yeah,
that
so
could.
the first of 3 Hydro Pumps gets used. As it fires, and then what does it look like as Ava evades?
Ava, reeling from the gyro ball, like, starts. She's just getting her senses back and seeing the Octillery just like loading up through a fire. She just fucking drops out of the sky and she's like, nope.
That's a smart move.
Just stop
To
flapping
clarify,
wings.
if I had crit, it would have been the base 4 wounds of Hydro Pump, plus stab, plus crit, plus sniper crit. So that would have been 10 total to Ava if I had crit. But let's go ahead and move on to the end of the round, where we're gonna take one counter
Good thing
off.
you only have one of those, right?
We're taking a counter off of Smokescreen, and we're going to earn another wound back to Fortress, because Fortress's leftovers trigger again. Crowd, what are you guys doing now that this has become an intensely scary battle?
Peeking through my fingers is what I'm doing.
All the time.
God.
I say, look.
Is this just looking like a race on who can finish who first?
Yes, every battle's a race as to who can finish who first.
No.
I know that's not how you battle, Coryne, because you have the longest battles.
You battle to
Slow
make
and
pretty
steady
pictures.
wins the race.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, it looks like it's
yeah.
going to be who can deal more damage quicker, because
What are
taking
you
out
thinking, Seth?
taking out Pokemon would be integral.
I say we get on the offensive. Do a get 'em.
More get-ems? You want get-ems?
I say get 'ems. Bugle could hit something big, right? I think Bugle's a big move, right?
Bugle does not really. Bugle has Water Gun, Bubble Beam, Smokescreen, and Twist.
Way to hype up your Pokemon. I guess we'll do a day. Jeez.
I haven't
Alright,
had the
for
ability.
Ava.
Sorry, I didn't get magic Pokemon that come with game-ending egg moves, guys. I have to do my shit the hard way.
Actually, this is a TM.
Should have looked at Cornucopia Daycare, Buster.
Yeah, get-ems. Get-ems for Ava.
Okay,
Yeah.
both of you are getting Raven? Okay, okay. So that's going to
Listen.
be +2 to Ava's next move.
I know things look bad, but in terms of wounds, we're
talking
pretty
to your
much
Pokemon
on
with
par.
this?
We both have one completely fine Pokemon and one that's on death's door.
Yeah.
This is very true.
What are you doing? It's your turn.
Bugle is gonna Bubble Beam the fuck out of Octillery.
That's a good idea. All right, let's see here. So that's going to be special defense, which is just this itty bitty little die heal. Boop, boop.
Clunk clunk D12.
Explosion!
I have not
Um,
exploded yet this battle, and I'm very jealous.
8 plus 6 is 14, plus 3 is
You better.
17.
17, that beats my 9.
Let's go!
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
gonna be 4 minor wounds. That's 2 plus stab plus Mystic Water.
And then -1 because it's a water type on water type, so it resists. So it's going to be 3.
On
It's gonna be
Octillery?
a major one.
Sorry, I meant Fortress. I keep getting them confused.
Oh, well, then that's a different die. Let me roll different. Let me roll
I'm
differently.
focus firing on
I
Fortress.
like
I
this voice
apologize.
we're doing.
Oh, it still beats my 10. Okay, you can do a major wound. I only have to spend 2 friendship, though, because leftovers healed me a little bit last round. Oh, actually, I still have to spend 3 because it's not resisting water type moves. What am I talking about?
Ava, bring the pain! That's a 17 on the die. Plus, 4 is 21 to hit.
21 to hit will hit.
On Fortress.
Wait, did I roll? I didn't roll.
I don't think you
Let
rolled
me
anything.
roll.
You just said it would
I
hit.
just said it will hit. I
My
didn't
God.
No, stick
explosion.
Stick with your guns. It hits.
My second explosion.
You
That's
piece of
12. So 12 plus 4 is 16, plus rank of 5 is 21.
So
What did you roll?
I rolled 21.
Oh, okay, well, you hit because it's meets it beats
Let's
it.
go! That's another 4 wounds, baby!
Oh shit, that's 4 wounds. Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. Anything else?
Did we need to? How's the crowd doing up there?
The crowd was leaning Cara, and then saw Hydro Pump and was very Cara, and then saw this and is now back in the middle. So it's not anybody yet. It's anybody's game right now.
There's nothing left besides Ava just, using whatever movement they've got to just kind of keep a healthy... Keep himself moving.
Keep himself moving. So are you moving back? Like away from them at all?
Not really, because everything they've got is range. There's no point trying to get that distance, just because I'm just gonna have to close the distance again. So
you don't know this, but that's the smartest sentence you've ever said. I want you to know that.
It's literally just for flavor's sake. Ava's keeping moving between them, so she got room to maneuver and dodge.
Okay, cool. Because that means I won't be able to maneuver to hit both of your Pokemon without being able to hit Octillery, as Fortress is gonna take its turn. And since it's down to 1 friendship left, I think it's time to pull Plan B, as it's gonna go fucking straight into the smoke ball, and you are gonna hear.
Hey Bugle, watch out!
As it's gonna use self-destruct.
Damn!
Oh, if I crit on the self-destruct, I'm gonna cackle.
Wait, so is that trying to hit Ava? Or
no, it's trying to hit
it
Bugle.
It ran into the smoke.
That's 2 battles now, Gavin, that you've had someone use self-destruct on you.
These are bad trainers.
Which is funny because that's just like the strat. I mean, self-destruct isn't like innately like long-term damaging to the Pokemon. It's just, if they're on their last legs, you just pull the pin. Whereas in the anime and the games, we see Pokemon use self-destruct all the time.
Am I fighting Elminster?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Fun fact: McKenna never used self-destruct in video games because I
That's-
felt too bad.
That's valid. I rolled not a crit. I rolled the second highest number I could roll. Anyway, what did you roll?
What's the is it physical defense?
It is physical defense.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. So that's going to be a 19 plus 5 is 24. So I'm going to go ahead and do 12 wounds to Bugle with this self-destruct. Because it's
spend 3 to keep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You do. You need to spend. Well, if Bugle's at nothing, you need to spend 4. Yeah, to keep Bugle up.
I'm spending 4,
I
guess.
If only Bugle had enough friendship.
Yeah, if only Bugle had some friendship.
Shame.
That's crazy.
Using friendship if I can help it.
That's
I like
no,
being
you're so
friends with
valid.
my Pokemon.
But it is that
That's what I
moment
like
where
to
the
hear.
entire crowd just everyone went quiet for just a second. And you hear, doo, 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 boom, and the whole explosion happens. You don't have to add another sound effect here, by the way, editor.
I wasn't.
And this whole explosion happens, and there's a moment where the smoke is just like gone, and you see Bugle just like, and then the smoke goes back in.
Bugle's just doing a layer of bubble beam on themselves like sunscreen.
All right, and now it's the other Pokemon's turn. As Octillery is going to turn, and yeah, I still can't hit both Bugle and Ava because of the.
If anything, you
because
added
the
more
smoke
smoke to the arena.
Yeah,
The explosion.
Well, the force blew it away, and then it like pulled back in
I
because
see,
it's still
I
the
see,
lowest spot. Let's see here. So let's go for our second of 3 Hydro Pumps. PP ups are a great item.
Terrifying.
PP ups are a great item.
Not as much. 12.
I got a 16. I need to roll 4 over in order to crit. I just crit on Ava.
Shit.
Oh, this is gonna be 10 wounds as a Hydro Pump fucking comes underneath your bird and slams it into the sky where she had just dropped out of. Boom, returning Ava. It is now.
She had 2 wounds left before fainting, and I got 8 friendship. Could not have kept her up.
Oh, that sucks. Hey, but at least you get to keep your 8 friendship.
Yep.
That's
I wouldn't have blown all my friendship on this battle anyway.
You're so
Big
valid.
Dubsky.
I'm
at
not
this
this
moment,
bitch.
Actually, I have set amounts
This
of
is a
friendship. Almost
patron.
none of these Pokemon have been
Friend.
set to their max amount because I don't.
Fortress,
set
she
them to
was on 1.
yeah, because I set Fortress to 9. It wasn't at 12. It was at 9. But what you do here is you hear a familiar sound, but it's not Bugle who makes it. As Octillery takes Ava, you hear come out of its little snout. because it's its own little trumpety Pokemon.
Identity theft is not a joke. Artillery.
Let's see here. So with that, we are going to go to the end of the round where Smokescreen's going to tick off another one. And we're going to go to the crowd round. Crowd, what are you doing? Oh, I apologize. I should have subtracted 3 from my self-destruct roll because the heavy instrument, I forgot to. Still would have been a crit.
Thanks for that.
Weird flex, but okay.
Shut the fuck up. What are we thinking? We got Bugle left.
Bugle used some friendship now, or
Bugle is on 5.
Yeah, Bugle has used some friendship.
I'll take
to
some
stay
friendship
up
back.
Yeah.
believe in him? Yeah. It's cashed in our double
Okay, so
believe in
2 friendship points back to Bugle.
Yeah.
Up to
so
7.
I feel like Coryne turns and looks at Seth after that hydro pump and just goes, "Come on,
I thought they just had one. I thought they only had one.
Like, oh my god, we're just like cheering for Bugle with all our hearts.
You see Bowie's just like in disbelief that you could do more than 1 hydro pump. He's just like,
This doesn't seem physically possible.
Dad, what the fuck?
Dad, what the fuck just happened?
But you said.
You. Anyway, okay, going back up to the top, it's Bugle's turn with the 41 again.
I'm gonna hit him with a twister. Maybe we can get lucky and stun lock this thing.
Sounds good.
Right hand red. Let's go.
All right, spec defense. Where's my D8?
Bugle
Okay.
said, "Watch me whip."
Watch me whip. Watch me no. Okay, what did you roll?
10.
I rolled an 8. You hit.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
2 minor wounds. Now let's see if she flinches.
You need to roll your special attack. I need to roll HP.
13.
13. You get a successful flinch. I got a 10.
go.
I got a 10. 4 plus 6. All right, let's see here.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the successful flinch. Octillery does nothing on their turn. We go back to the bottom. What are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm
Just, I'm.
I don't know.
Burrty's just fucking stumble.
Should we do? Wait, should we? Wait, wound heal or defense? Do you think?
I don't think we have an because
Oh, we don't
each
even
round
have
we've
enough-
used a oneer.
don't have
So you get 1 back at the after you use your turn. So you each have 1 right now.
So defense or attack?
our powers combined. Let's do 1 healing between
No,
us
you
both.
can't. Sorry, that's not how it works.
Come on.
You each have 1.
You can.
Look out!
There's no
Okay,
way.
look out.
There's no ways.
Look out! So they get him. What do you want?
No,
I can't hear you from the
there's
crowd.
nothing.
It's so
There's nothing
far
to be
away.
done. Just do what you want.
There's nothing to be done. Okay. Okay.
Then
so
then get him to artillery.
to get him artillery.
No.
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 All right, let's
we'll
wrap
do
this
a-
up.
Okay.
Do a lookout for Bugle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 2 lookouts to Bugle. Bugle, it's your 41.
Is the smoke screen still up?
41.
The smoke screen's gone
Smoke.
now.
This is the last round of. Oh, actually no. That last round would have ended
But
smoke
would've
screen because it was
gone,
3
right?
round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to check it off. I forgot to check off the 2 guns that are on the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the twister again. Bugle's just not letting up on the twister. Like
All
that's
right,
their
let's see if it
panic
hits.
move. They're just like.
I'm so sad because my D8 just landed so fucking like cocked on my keyboard. Makes me sad. All right. I know what I got.
That's
What'd you
another
get?
10.
I got 11.
Hit.
5 plus 6. So the
I
twister
think it's all over now.
around Octillery. And there's a moment where Octillery turns and Bugle looks, and it's these 2 ocean creatures, each with horn-like mouths, and now a bit of healthy respect for one another, look at each other, and Octillery is gonna pull the head back and gonna go ahead and release that last hydro pump.
No.
We
Let's
can
see
do
here.
this. We can do
We
this.
can do this.
Look at me.
We can do
this. They're out of hydro pump after this. Okay, just stay with me.
Just begging, please,
Come on.
please.
I got 2 lookouts, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got 2 lookouts. That's an extra
Math.
2. You just need to not get crit on.
3 is 12.
Just don't get crit on.
Is 14.
So mine is a 10 plus 6. So that's 16. So you get hit, but you don't get crit on.
Eagle's only got 1 wound left.
Oh, that's crazy. We was about to take 4.
You have friend.
You got friendship.
It's a lot of
Up to you.
friendship.
With
Up to
Bugle,
you.
Say how much
you
you
wake up and
understand.
you get 10 friendship with Bugle. It's fine.
That's true.
You met Bugle and maxed out in one day.
That is canonically
It's
true.
okay.
hard bonded.
You littered to create your relationship.
I was gonna say the way that this friendship
Yeah,
started.
drop another candy bar. you'll be
Littering is
fine.
a hard is. You're welcome for being alive, Coryne, because it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't littered.
You're right. Littering who?
Us having this dumb argument is literally the like flashback in the anime as this moment is happening.
Like, right now, right as the Hydro Pump is about to slam into Bugle, there's all the scenes from their short relationship playing out in his head.
And like 3 weeks.
Training on the beach.
They're training on the beach. They're doing all these moments like sunset kung fu training going
Hell
on.
yeah. Newt, bitch.
And it finishes on us like drinking cocktails with little umbrellas in them.
Where did you find this time?
Oh, you guys
On
had like a
Cinnabar.
2-week vacation on Cinnabar, yeah.
jeez.
Alright.
When did what's his face have like Mai Tai cups?
Yeah, that's
And I think right as it's the Hydro Pump is approaching at like 7 FPS slow-mo, the red light is going to appear out of the Pokeball, and Bugle is going to get withdrawn before the Hydro Pump can make impact. Yep.
you're gonna get hit.
You
I'll
just
get
get
hit.
fucking swept out of the fucking battlefield. It's that thing where you go all the way till you hit the back wall, and you dunk against the back wall, and then you lean forward, and you are still standing.
I'm just gonna like come to my feet like Willy Wonka, like Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka,
Yeah,
and
100%.
hope that the bravado will carry the audience to at least have some.
No roll required. Claps and cheers, claps and cheers. As the referee calls the match for Cara Wright, and our third and final competitor is eliminated from the Seafoam City Double Battle Tournament. It is applause, it is smiles, it is laughs. Go ahead and roll me one more charm check, Gavin.
And your defense die for damage.
And a defense die for when I shoot you right now.
Do I get to add my battle notoriety?
Yep. You get battle notoriety for this.
14.
14 is pretty good. You impress some people, and that will matter when we have our discussion later about your character.
Oh,
Okay.
that was. I got one of them.
Let's see here. Unlike most of these battles, we will actually not be ending today's episode with Gavin getting removed from the tournament, because Gavin, you are going to be given the chance to walk back to your team, to your friends. And what is sort of like the reception as Gavin comes back?
Definitely the congratulatory, like, cheering and our little crew jumping in a 3-man circle around, being like, top 16, even though we lost, even though we lost. And then I think Sail is going to try and hit a very non-damaging aerial ace just to get a gust of wind going to dry off Gavin because he's soaking wet. And see if that will help make him feel any better.
His hair now
Now I'm
looks
cold.
freshly blow dried.
Yeah.
Got a nice quaff.
Quick, get out smoldered, flamethrower.
No.
With
Just lights him up.
little bit of professor knowledge, that was another move that Octillery has, is flamethrower, just in case a grass type popped up.
Illegal.
so-
You are
Oh
a
my
water type.
God.
That should be illegal.
Octillery can learn it from TMs. As you guys are starting to, like, you know, it is that moment where the three of you, top 16, you have made it through to a, like, you made it a lot farther than a lot of people said, like, you have no chance to make it to top 16. Like, even, like, Vosco used that as their bartering chip, is that none of you would make it to top 16. All three of you hit top 16. But finishing out the top 16 real quick, there are 2 more battles left in the top 16. The first is going to be Hassan versus Kulono. I know that some of you had your eye on Kulono, the native from Owola. This is going to be a fight of a Simisear and a Garbodor versus Kulono's Palisand and his Como-O, that sort of boxing dragon that you saw before. And once again, very similarly, Palisand just kind of vanishes at the beginning of that fight. As Komo-o is once again
Let me solo them.
allowed to solo. However, this fight does not necessarily go exactly as Komo-o is expecting. As out the gate, Simisear is going to hit Komo-o with a taunt, immediately stopping it from using Dragon Dance or any other setup move. And Garbodor is going to hit it with a Toxic immediately. Both of those two moves getting hit on Komo-o enrages it, actually it outrages it because it uses the Dragon type move Outrage. And it is this moment where you can see the full rage of a Dragon type on full display as these like purple-blue flames start to appear off of it. Its eyes go blank and wild. And just like Seth, one of your Pokemon had a reaction to the last battle, Richter sitting in your lap is kind of like open jaw confused, looking at this just like dragon sort of going out of control almost. And kind of looks up you in like concern at one point.
We just want the power from that. We don't want the inaccuracy of that.
Gimbo.
Think that through, however you want to translate that. Just don't
Yep.
do what you want.
And
Just
starts to chew on its like band.
All right.
Um,
Okay. All right. Let's stop that. Stop
Being
that.
on its own arm.
But as that battle continues to go on, there are some real good licks in from Simisear and Garbodor as like Simisear hits Komo-o with a fire spin that starts doing consistent damage right along with that Toxic. Garbodor comes in with a double slap, and the stench coming off of it, because it is this poison type Pokemon, actually gets a flinch on Komo-o, and it fully ends its outrage early without like the confusion or anything happening. But there is this moment where Komo-o gets back its ability to use moves, and an earthquake fucking rocks the stadium. And it straight up takes out Simisear at that point, because Simisear had battled earlier that morning. However, the Toxic at the end of that turn should knock out Komo-o. However, the Pokemon chooses to burn its own friendship. Garbodor comes in, tries to go for another flinch, doesn't get the flinch. Komo-o starts the outrage again. Garbodor actually stays up through the outrage, and the Toxic, you see Komo-o, out. Doesn't get to solo. However, a fully healthy Palisand comes in and sweeps out Garbodor with an Earth Power. And at the end of the match, you see Kulono return this very powerful dragon, and actually goes up and shakes Hassan's hand and thanks him for humbling his Pokemon. And he appreciated the fight. Every once in a while, dragons need to be humbled. They need to be put in their place, or they start getting god complexes. And Hassan takes the loss for what it is and smiles proudly. The next fight is not nearly as exciting, but it is something that you're more invested in, as it's Tanner versus Christina Pham. Once again, Tanner, only having Specs and Lil Miss, tosses both of them out. Christina's gonna pull out her Dunsparce and Grand Bull. There are some great moves thrown out. However, you can see that Tanner's strategy of using the same two Pokemon, people are starting to prepare for it. Because at this point, when Specs comes out, the Noctowl tries to hit both Pokemon with a Hypnosis. You see that both Pokemon, when they would sleep, chomp on a Chesto Berry and stay up. And at this time, both Granbull and Dunsparce start like whipping out like ancient powers and ice fangs, but all of this is just while Lil Miss is setting up nasty plots. And eventually, between our boosted out special attacks and Specs' hurricanes, they manage to take out both the Dunsparce and Granbull.
Damn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
That is going to finish out the top 16. You guys are going to get the opportunity to sleep, to rest. This is that was the end of the day for that specific day. To clarify, for the audience watching, we are currently not rolling for villain rolls because we have a thing coming up where we're going to roll for that. We're not rolling
Just
evil
about to
organization rolls until a future session for these last couple of days. Do you guys, like, we don't have to RP it, but do you guys do anything special for the, like, you guys being out of the tournament for that night?
We go to
Drunk.
was it the iHow?
Drunk.
Yeah, we get fucking lit.
You get I mean, 18 is the legal drinking age, we'll say, in this. You want to go get fucking
As it should be.
schlasted?
I think we have a big old celebratory meal and see if we maybe take it to the beach, the warm side of the beach.
The warm side of the beach.
Beach.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, as like six teenagers, because it would be you three plus Tanner, Vermilion, and Anne would all go out to the beach. 6 teenagers getting to celebrate like how far you got in the tournament. The fact that 2 of your friends are still in the tournament and have made top 8, because Vermilion and Tanner both made top 8 in this tournament.
Oh my god.
However, as you start to think about top 8, you are also familiar with the fact that Tanner is going to be up against Kulono next, and Vermilion is going to be up against Billy Harrison.
Easy.
Easy.
You guys
Don't
got that.
mention
Don't
it.
even
Don't
think
mention it.
about
Don't mention it. I don't say shit about it.
But it is a night of like fun and companionship, and of really getting to be around your fellow trainers, because there's things like this tournament was like, you're all rookies. This was the first month and a half of your guys' career was this tournament. So no longer being in it, it's sort of like this next chapter that you're feeling like you're moving into. And of course, tomorrow you're gonna go watch the rest of the fights. But as we sort of like get done with this specific chapter, it is this nice moment of getting to be with everyone. I will say, all of you, please take 3 friendship to all of your Pokemon, having completed this tournament. And when the tournament finishes next session, we will get into what rewards you get from the tournament. However, there are a couple of messages that you receive over the course of that night, having made top 16. Specifically, Seth, you are going to get 3 different messages. One, you are going to get an invitation from the tournament organizer to a top 32 gala after the tournament. So tomorrow, the finals of the tournament are happening, and that night there will be a gala where you are allowed to show up. You will be talking with not only the rest of the top 32 who made it in, but you will also be speaking to whatever special guests might be present for the tournament. For you, this isn't that big of a deal. You've been to a lot of these sort of things with your dad. Mostly, it's one of those things where, like, you know, the snacks are pretty good, and there's often a lot of other kids of gym leaders there. But you get that message.
Okay.
You are going to receive a congratulation message from your own Nurse Joy, all the way back in Cerulean. And as your friend congratulates you and says that you did a great job. And then finally, you are going to receive a Vasco email saying that there is a sponsorship available for you and your friends should you wish it. If any of the 3 of you would like to take that sponsorship, it will be through that email specifically.
We'll ask out to the group though if anyone has like suit or like. you guys have formal wear?
I
Do we
did.
get
It's at the
formal wear
bottom
here?
of the ocean.
I could probably get Poppy, or probably Poppy.
We'll go. It's like tomorrow, right?
So-
They've got
I
a.
know
You can
that,
hire.
like,
You can hire.
We
right?
talk about money and stuff a lot. Sometimes Vermilion pops up. I would actually be happy to cover getting formal wear after the tournament tomorrow if you guys want to come with.
That's
Go
great.
get
Do you know
some-
where?
There's a lot of shops that we could probably go to. I mean, I can look it up tonight while we're just hanging out.
Remember we got these
that would be
dope outfit
great.
changes?
Coryne,
Yeah.
Coryne starts pulling out all electronic devices and has like the internet up on all of them and is putting together outfits on like a Pinterest, but it's Pinterest, and is like
Got the Minority Report computer up.
Like, Anne starts leaning over and is like, no, more black.
Oh, you're so right,
a
you're
little
so
bit-
right.
Yeah.
I pick up my phone from
Purple,
Bowie,
blue?
and it's just like,
Pink.
this is for hibachi, Bowie. We're not eating. This is a bistro.
Gavin, you were going to see a few different messages. One of which is going to be your own sponsorship message from Vasco, and another one is going to be your own invitation to a top 32 gala. However, you are also going to receive 2 voice messages from both your mother and your sister. And they are both going to tell you how proud they are of you, though they express it in very different words. Your mom just saying it. Your sister calling your performance not that bad. You know, in the way that older siblings do. But she does bring it around at the end and gives you some genuine, like, kind words and talks about, like, she's very excited to see what your team turns into.
I send her back a selfie, which is just a really close up of my face, with the text "gross," and I just reply.
God, you're such a little brother.
But that's also how I text every single person on my Snap.
As an older sister, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, and Coryne, you are also going to receive a few different messages. You're going to get the two that the other two got about the Vasco sponsorship if you want it, as well as the tournament invitation to the gala. You are going to receive. You are not going to receive a full congratulations message from Poppy. You're going to receive what looks like a package tracking number and a congratulations attached to it. You don't know what's coming, but it's supposed to show up tomorrow at the Pokemon Center. That's all you're aware of.
Okay.
And then your mom sends you a voice message telling you how much she loves you and how proud of you she is.
I sent her a selfie back of just me and Myrtle doing heart.
Aww. As a bit of a comedic note, who here has an intelligence above a D10?
D20, baby.
Okay.
Intelligence, no.
No.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
mind
that for
is
me. Tell me if you
agile.
break a 5.
Whoop.
I do break a 5 right in the fucking half.
I can break a 5 with
Yes,
a D8.
14.
You look over and you see Tanner's phone of just like a bunch of different Snapchat messages. And he goes, I told these people to leave me alone. And you just see him just start like mass swiping away. Like, you can't assume what they are, but they're all some sort of Snapchat equivalent. And he's just like, no, leave me
Wild.
alone.
Wild and crazy.
Man is living a life.
I was gonna
Anyway.
say, what
Smart
is
move,
Tanner
Kenna.
doing?
Yeah, he just says nah. Anyway, as we sort of finish out that night, we have a little bit of time in this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly break down the top 8 fights that happen, including Tanner and Vermilion. Next session, we will get to the semifinals and finals. Does that seem valid?
Before.
Yep.
When we were coming out of the arena, I posted a selfie to my Instagram or my Pokegram, saying that last fight was a washout. Moving on.
Most people don't get the pun. Most people don't get it. It sucks. Because
People are
you know
dumb in
people are
this world
stupid.
too.
People are stupid. Here, roll me 2d20
How dare.
separately.
Putting
Don't
my
add them together.
Dice away.
I don't even like puns and I get
It's a 17 on the first one.
Okay.
That's a 2 on the second.
Okay. There's a 2 on the second. Okay, so you're gonna get 1,720 new Pokegram followers.
Nice.
There you go. Okay, so as we go into the next day, obviously we're not going to go fully through the blow by blow of every single one of these fights, even though I do have a breakdown of every single one of these fights. I did do that. The first fight of the day is going to be Theo, who you remember Coryne lost to, the dad with the 2 steel types, versus Aurora, the sort of like vicious fighter that we saw fighting. It is the first battle of the day. Theo pops out. He's doing his dad stretches. He's cheery. He's ready to go. He waves to his
Corinne's
kids.
cheering so hard for
Yeah,
Theo.
Corinne's cheering so hard. Aurora comes out and she just kind of like gives him a look, looks at the crowd, and then pulls out both of her Pokemon. Because at this point, both of his steel types, his Magnemite or his Magneton and his Scizor, boom, boom, both hit the field. She's gonna release the Charizard that she was seen with previously, and doof, the Nidoqueen she was seen with previously. At this point in time, as you can see both of her Pokemon hit, it's gonna begin. The fight will start. Titanium the Scizor will get the first attack in, getting off his Swords Dance, which immediately puts him at his D20. And then Charizard and Nidoqueen release simultaneous Fire Blast, dealing 6 and 5 wounds respectively. Both Pokemon fully out of friendship because Coryne drained them the day before, both failed.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
That's real tough.
That's on me.
Sorry, no, they do more than that. I don't know why I said that. It was 6 and 6. I don't know why I said 6 and 5. I apologize. But at that point in time, both those Pokemon, it is less than a round before that battle goes out. And Theo, as unflappable as he is sort of like taken aback at how quickly that went. But that is one of the problems with coming in with double steel types, is you are very, very weak to fire. And after that sweep, we immediately go into Vermilion versus Billy, and I am going to put some detail on this fight. So as this battle begins, this is the second battle of the day. The crowd has tried to warm up a little bit in the first battle. It went really quick, but there is a moment where they also stagger the battles a little bit as well, because there's only so many battles happening in a day. As you guys watch this battle happen, Vermilion's actually going to get out of their tunnel first, and you see them kind of like moving, and they're in their outfit still, like that black and red leather jacket and like the crop top and everything, and they walk out, and they walk out the tunnel as you have done in the past, all three of you, with both of their Pokemon by their sides ready to go, as they're rocking up with Gerber and Zippo in step with them. And at this point in time, Billy is also going to step out and immediately sort of commands the attention of most of the arena. The reason I say most is because unlike almost all of Billy's other fights, Vermilion still manages to keep a decent chunk of the audience on themselves.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Billy sort of steps out. Who here has a charm of 10 or higher? Of a D10 or higher?
Me. Have a D12.
I think you're targeting us.
Yeah,
Okay.
what the
by
fuck?
doing
Do you guys really both of those? Okay.
D6.
Ask
Okay,
me
I-
about my
Charismatic,
fortitude and
not
strength.
50-50 shot. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead
we're
and
gonna start doing
roll,
physical exercises.
Roll, and let me see if it's a 7 or higher.
10.
10. Okay. As you watch Billy sort of step up, you can see there's almost like a glimmer of recognition in his eyes as he sees Vermilion. So he knows them from somewhere.
I'm
Interesting.
like slapping Corinne's arm.
yeah.
What? Ow! What?
They know, he knows.
What do you mean they know how to do? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? And he actually gives them a respectful nod. They nod back, and as the battle starts, Billy releases two Pokemon. It is an Aerodactyl and a Kabutops, two very well-known stars of the Pewter Museum fossil Pokemon. Both of them are rank 9. Vermilion releases Gerber and Zippo, and puts them on the battlefield. But after the last Scizor was defeated in one round, the crowd kind of expecting another blowout like what happened last time. And just like last time, the Scizor is the first one out the gate with a bullet punch into Aerodactyl. Ba-doom! It hits, and there's an audible murmur of surprise across the crowd, dealing 6 wounds on that first hit. But Aerodactyl doesn't let it slide. As it gets hit, its fangs ignite with fire and poof, down onto Scizor, dealing 5 wounds. It gets a burn on, but no flinch. Wouldn't have mattered because flinch would have done anyway. But then the Kabutops runs out, and you see its entire arm cloaks in water as it hits Zippo with a liquidation, dealing 5 wounds off the bat and immediately dropping defense. Zippo is still like, he's around, but he's at a loss because both of these Pokemon resist his type. And as such, he goes for a consistent damage Fire Spin. Hits Kabutops, but would miss Aerodactyl. However, Vermilion is also a Pokemon trainer, and Vermilion uses their ability, Non-Newtonian Trajectory, to turn that miss into a hit, getting to add to that roll. So both Kabutops and Aerodactyl take a wound from the Fire Spin, and at the end of the round, both are going to take another wound from the Fire Spin. Gerber is also going to take a burn wound. Gerber then immediately turns and goes for another bullet punch on Aerodactyl and would miss, and once again you see Vermilion is not letting up. They immediately use their second use of Non-Newtonian Trajectory and turn that into a hit again, and it hits. Aerodactyl stays up with friendship and retaliates with another Fire Fang.
Bro, you still got friendship.
At that moment, you see Billy pulling out a similar but different sort of training style, as the Fire Fang you see would already hit. Just a Glock, just a fucking Glock 19. But where the Fire Fang would already hit, Billy is going to use his expert ability, Adjustment, to turn the hit into a crit. And at this point, 9 Fire Fang wounds are going to hit Gerber, and leaving Gerber at 4 friendship. At this point, Kabutops is going to fucking hit with another liquidation on Zippo, dealing 5 wounds and leaving him at 11 friendship. Zippo tries to use Confuse Ray, but misses on both, and Vermilion is out of Non-Newtonian Trajectory and can't use it. Aerodactyl, Kabutops, and Gerber all take a wound from their respective fire-based hits. Gerber goes for a third bullet punch and misses. What you're seeing is, without Vermilion's ability to step in, the rank is just too different. They just cannot compete. Aerodactyl is going to hit again, and Gerber is going to out of the sky. Kabutops turns, cloaking its arm in just fucking rocks, and the entire ground starts to shift behind it as it goes for a stone edge. So a pillar of the ground, like a giant fucking fist, just into Zippo, which is going to do 9 wounds to Zippo, and Vermilion will let him Vermilion, unfortunately, will now be out at top 8. As they return their Pokemon, Billy is going to walk across the way and shake Vermilion's hand and say something very quietly to them that the audience does not hear.
But how's our lip reading capability? Can we roll for that?
That's crazy. Let's see. No, you can't roll for that.
Ah!
An eyebrow.
But they nod to each other and then they return to their independent stands. Vermilion will walk up eventually. You can always ask them something if you want, but that's up to you.
I'm just clapping.
It's not to cry. I won't do it.
I have celebratory snacks for them for achieving this goal for when they return.
They
not
are
like oh, you didn't win,
so thankful and go for whatever the highest sugar content chocolate that you have is. They take that.
Okay.
Yeah. That is one of your 2 friends now out of the top 8. The next fight is going to be Perry versus Cara. So 2 people who took out Seth and Gavin respectively now fighting each other. Which is crazy because if you guys had won, this would have been Seth versus Gavin.
Hope you're not using that
Yeah,
fortress.
it's fine.
Dang.
At this point, Cara is once again going to pull out Fortress and Octillery because those are the only 2 Pokemon she has. Both are still exhausted from their fight against Gavin and are not really at friendship. I mean,
Dang.
Octillery still has 8 friendship.
Yeah, Octillery's fine.
Yeah.
Perry has all of her friendships.
Yeah. Perry pulls out the Tangrowth that you saw yesterday, and
Oh,
Gavin.
shit.
Gavin, you have a moment where when the second Pokemon comes out, you feel an immediate sort of like goosebumps along your neck and arms as you see one of your favorite Pokemon, a Luxray, onto the battlefield next to the Tangrowth. As that is going to be Perry's team. Luxray's first into action, gets a Fire Fang in on Fortress, flinches and burns immediately.
Oh my god.
Tangrowth is going to turn and Power Whip Octillery, dealing 6 wounds. Octillery lines up a shot and takes an Ice Beam on both because Octillery lined it up because it's a line attack. But misses Tangrowth, crits Luxray but gets no freeze. Fortress takes 1 burn damage. Luxray turns and Fire Fangs Fortress again. Fortress immediately faints because no friendship. Tangrowth uses a second Power Whip, crits, Octillery gets hit. Octillery comes in, uses another Ice Beam at Tangrowth, misses. Luxray comes in with a Thunder Fang, faints Octillery. And that is going to be Cara out of the thing. Is
Yeah.
Perry is going to take another win.
You really set Perry up to win with that whole let's not use friendship thing.
And you know,
Dude, I fucked Theo so
that
bad.
could be something that they appreciate me for in the future. Like, hey, I'm helping you because I know I'm not getting further.
And then finally, the last battle that we're going to cover today is going to be Tanner versus Kulono. As this is going to be the last of the top 8 fights, as next we're going to be dealing with the semifinals next.
Tanner.
So, once again, Tanner releases Specs and Lil Miss.
Shoot him in the
as
face.
Tanner only has the 2 Pokemon. Kulono, surprisingly, does not release Como-O. At this point, Kulono is going to toss out 2 Pokeballs, and you see that Palisand, that ghost that turns into sort of like Sandcastle Fortress, appear, as well as something that looks kind of like a Pikachu, but it's a lot shinier and more spherical, as it is announced as a Togedemaru. At this point in time, as these 2 Pokemon hit the ground, you can see Tanner is fucking confused by what these Pokemon are. He is not.
It's not a Pikachu. It's not a Pikachu. Don't get distracted.
It's not a Pikachu. Kulono does make him when Tanner asks at the beginning, because they're doing like that friendly banter at the beginning.
What the heck's that?
No, when he asks where the dragon is, Kulono mentions that he's being given a break after his defeat. Togedemaru goes up first, and immediately you see that the ground begins to spark, and there's almost like a yellow fog that appears along the floor. And all of the Pokemon's like fur begins to stand at places. Anyone who's very familiar with electric types will recognize this as electric terrain. There is a murmur in the crowd at the uncommon move, and it's the first time we're actually seeing a real strategy from Kulono, as he's just been letting Como-O solo up to this point. Now he's actually having to come in with strategy.
Solo-O.
Exactly.
Oh, no, he has
Sounds
to
for free.
do some Pokemon training.
No, it's more like he hasn't had to do it yet. Specs is going to come in and once again attempt that hypnosis and speak. That is an attempt because Tanner is unaware of all of the effects of electric terrain, which I'm assuming some of you are as well. But electric terrain means that Pokemon can no longer be put to sleep, is part of it. So Hypnosis hits on both and fails on both. At this point, Palisand is going to turn and release a sphere of ghostly energy, ghost type Shadow Ball on Lil Miss, who immediately gets hit for 5 while she's setting up her nasty plot.
Magic.
Togedemaru continues to not use any offensive attacks as its little body starts to start to grow this like yellow electric aura around it as it uses charge, and Specs begins to just hurricane. It doesn't know what to do. So like in terms of like Tanner is not familiar with some of these Pokemon, and they are struggling at this point. So it's starting to hurricane, and it's going to deal 5 to Palisand and 3 to Togedemaru. However, we are now going to reveal Kulono's class, as both of those Pokemon's hyped up abilities will be removed. As Kulono is in fact an athlete. So at this point, Palisand is going to Giga Drain Lil Miss with its Big Root, dealing 3 damage and gaining 2 back. Lil Miss, now knowing that Togedemaru is a steel type, is gonna use Mystical Fire on Togedemaru and fucking crits for 7 wounds.
Jesus.
Let's go. Now I'm going to unveil the most amount of damage that has ever been dealt in one shot on this show right now, as Togedemaru, who hit with an electric terrain and then immediately used charge, is going to turn, and that familiar bit of ozone, this move has been used a lot in this tournament, as a thunder will strike through the sky and crit on
like.
Specs, and because of charge deals double the number of wounds. So with that, we'll deal 20 wounds in one hit.
Luckily, electric sound effect you've ever had for this one.
Yeah, Matt, the biggest sound.
Get your full library and
Just
just
be
put
the one
them
that's
all
like
on top of each other.
That's it.
It's just dubstep is all it is. It's just dubstep.
Yeah. But obviously that's going to faint Specs out of the air immediately.
No.
Yeah,
Specs is
Palisand
dead.
is going
Specs.
to Shadow Ball Lil Miss, and Lil Miss is going to take another 5. Lil Miss uses Mystical Fire on Togedemaru, hits for another 7. And then Togedemaru turns around and uses a Thunder on Lil Miss, and that's the end of Tanner in this tournament. That little tiny electric steel type rat dealt so much fucking damage.
That man has a
Oh,
WMD.
cowboy, my cowboy.
Oh, cowboy, my cowboy.
crazy.
Kulono is once again a gracious winner, and Tanner can't help but grin and compliment the little tiny electric rat.
Jeez.
You did good, rat.
And that is going to close us out on the last of the top 8 battles. Next session, we will go over what the semifinals and finals will look like, as well as what we have earned from this arc, and maybe talk about where some of these characters are going in the future. Thank you so much for joining us, and take us away.
Wow, what a great episode. Thank you for watching this episode of Unbeatable. To support us, head over to our Patreon, where you can get access to our Discord. There we interact with our community and gather questions for our Q&As. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.